Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, and it's Wednesday 14th of December, just 11 days to go to the big day itself. This is the shot from the top of the Long Min this morning at the Midland Gliding Club up there. Look, we've got snow on the ground on the Long Min in Shropshire. Goes to show that really you don't need to be that high. Top of the Mind is about 1500 feet above sea level, but you don't need to be that high to get a decent covering of snow this morning. Now, I've got a bit of a problem here because I still think the GFS, is giving the wrong story. I'm going to keep this video shorter, by the way. I've been told it's going on too long, so I'm going to keep it shorter for you. Yeah, it looks like GFS is telling the wrong story. This is the temperature graph. Maximum is in red, minimum is in blue, and we've got rainfall running along the middle there. Dates are down the bottom here. This is from the GFS from midnight. You can see how it gets cold through the course of this weekend, look, and then a rapid increase in temperature into the middle to the latter part of next week. However, most websites use the GFS, by the way, as the basis for their weather, so you've got to be very careful when you're looking around the web at the moment, because many of those sites, I think, are going to be wrong. This is the excuse me, the Arctic oscillation from the GFS from Ryan Maury's excellent website, pollockclimate.com. And what I want to show you here is, look how the various different runs, the latest run is the black one here with the big circles on it, but look how the various runs have bounced around all over the place from the GFS. It simply can't get a handle on this situation, well, the situation as it develops into next week. Now, compare that with the Canadian model. This is the Canadian ensemble model. It's the one I've been banging on about for quite some time, as you know. And look, you see, their runs are more consistent. Yes, there's some bouncing around, and certainly earlier on through the weekend on the earlier runs there was bouncing around going on. But look, now they're fairly consistent. Brings it into a neutral to negative, and then yes, does bring it back positive, which is what we probably expect to be happening. But it's that consistency that we look for when we're looking at these forecast models. So here's the 7 to 10 day mean flow from the 500 millibars. We've got ECMWF on the left here, GFS on the right, both pretty consistent, and these are for the period from a week today, so a week on Wednesday ending Christmas Eve. And look how they're building the heights through the UK and through Western Europe, but digging in this trough towards the northwest, and this cold pool cut off, look, down here in the Mediterranean, and incidentally this link going through, look, to the high that's over northern parts of Russia. But I still don't think that's the story. This is the Canadian output from the midnight run of the model. This is the 500 millibar flow, and this is from last night UK. Let me just show you how this thing develops. Look, this is the 500 millibar flow for Friday, and we've got this flow that's coming in, this jet stream, look, that's coming in across the Atlantic. There it is on Friday. Look, this takes the low south of the UK during the course of Friday. Now, as we knock this on, look, this is into Saturday. Here's our ridge building out towards the west here. So if we go on now into Sunday, this is for midnight on Sunday. Look, here's the ridge building in quite nicely there onto midnight Monday, and there's the ridge. Look, here's this cold northerly blast that will come down through the country during the course of Monday, but it's into the middle part of next week that things get interesting. This is for Wednesday. Look, it builds the jet stream back in, coming across the Atlantic, but then by the time we get in towards Thursday, look, the ridge is starting to build again out here, out towards the west. So I think what will happen is high pressure is going to try and build in by the time we get through towards the end of next week again to the west of the UK, and we get this developing cold pool again going into Europe, which could bring in quite a cold Arctic blast across most of the country. Let's just look at how the surface pressure charts match up with that. Here it is. Look, this is for Friday midday, and here we go. Look, there's our low out towards the east. Here's our high building in the west. Now, what you tend to find is that the ensemble models try to break things down more to become a westerly by the time we're getting towards day 9 and 10, and that's kind of what it tries to do. Look, here's Christmas Eve on the pressure chart, and you see it's building this low towards the north, bringing it across, and that's all associated with the upper wave that's coming through. It's only a short wave. Look, it's here. This is the wave that's coming through. In fact, let me see if I can draw on the screen here for you. Excuse me. It's this feature here. That wave there. Now, as that moves its way eastwards, what it does is it interrupts the northern side of the ridge here. So it's interrupting the ridge here, and it's just nudging its way through during the course of the day. Now, what that means is that it just affects this northern point of the ridge, but once this trough has moved its way eastwards, so the ridge can build back in again. And what I think is going to happen is this ridge builds back in behind this trough during Christmas Day or after that, and we get the ridge build again. So I think what we're going to find is excuse me, this continuing building of the ridges in behind the troughs as they move eastwards, and eventually I think this high out towards the west is going to become a main blocking feature, not a semi-blocking feature, which it is at the moment. Critical as to where the surface high develops as to how cold it gets, but certainly I'm still going along this line of pressure building, and I don't think the GFS or the ECMWF have got it yet. I think the Canadian is about right. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that for now. Don't forget this site is kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. Do click on them if you see an advert you like. Go through to the advertiser. It tells the advertiser you like us and what we're doing, and it generates revenue which keeps the site free of charge. So thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining.